don't get it.
Can't finish before poison. You may even want to.
Well, I guess every movie franchise has their lowest point, and for Star Wars that is this film, Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones is the second entry into the Star Wars prequel trilogy and the worst of them all in the entire franchise. The film takes place a decade after the events of The Phantom Menace, which pretty much renders The Phantom Menace even more pointless as 10 years have passed the characters we knew in Phantom. In 10 years would have changed dramatically, as they did. Anakin is now Obi-Wan's Padawan. They are both assigned to protect Padme, now a senator who needs to be protected from assassins. But upon protecting her, an assassin who is hired by a bounty hunter tries to kill her with worms. A blaster could have done that much better, but fails to do so as Anakin and Obi-Wan intervene. They both manage to track her down and discover that she has been hired by a bounty hunter called Jango Fett. I see, fan service because Boba was so popular, ha 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 ha. Upon learning this news, Obi-Wan is sent to investigate and track down the bounty hunter, while Anakin is assigned to protect Padme on Naboo, and they fall in love. George Lucas describes this film as a love story. I would describe it as a horror story, but the romance in this film is so horribly forced. You think Twilight is bad? Well, this is pretty damn close to being as bad as that. I mean, there are completely illogical scenes, such as when they are out in this field having a picnic with a waterfall behind them. First off, that is incredibly cliched. And secondly, Anakin, your job is to protect her. Why the hell would you take her out into an open field? It makes her such an easy target for some assassin if they have a sniper blaster. It is moments like this that should show that George Lucas has no idea what he is writing about. He consistently tries to convince us that these two people are falling in love with each other, but it makes absolutely no sense. Okay, let's have a look at what Anakin has going for him. He's good looking. He carries his stuff, and that's about it. Everything else about this guy would scare any sensible girl off. Now, I don't claim to be an expert on romance, though I'm pretty damn certain that a girl wouldn't be attracted to a guy who is a whiny, arrogant asshat who supports a fascist dictatorship, who stares creepily at her and talks creepily to her, you know, going on about her being in his dreams, touches her awkwardly, argues with her, talks about sand, and confesses to killing women and children, and then she says, to be angry is to be human? What? And she falls in love with him?
3 weeks later, many months later. So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
What? Jeez, if anyone was to do that in real life, they would be quickly arrested, restraining orders, you know, all the stuff that normal people would do. But no, she falls in love with him. God, Lucas, you tried to make an old Hollywood-style romance, but this is horrible. It's incredibly cliched and forced, and you know it's forced with its awful, awful, awful dialogue. It is some of the worst I have ever heard. The most known is, I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. Then they kiss. The terrible romantic confession, I'm haunted by the kiss you should never have given me. And when Padme, because the script forces her to do so, says the line, I truly, deeply love you. Huh? Who says that? Honestly, I don't understand why anyone would say that you say I love you, or I love you too, or if you're awesome as Han Solo, you say I know, but not truly, deeply love you. Nobody says that. The dialogue is hilarious. The infamous sand scene, I found myself cracking up, and it was laughable. Like, you know, Lisa, you're tearing me apart. God, I'm comparing this to The Room. This film is bad. One of the dumbest things about this film is the fact that Jedis can't love. Why? Love is one of the most human instincts out there. It makes us all human. Same with the other emotions that Jedis are forbidden to have. So Lucas is pretty much implying that Jedis are emotionless characters with no personality. Well, right now the dark side is looking a whole lot better. Thing is, the whole code is dumb. For instance, Obi-Wan felt love and anger in Revenge of the Sith. He was angry with Anakin for what he had done and broken-hearted over what he had done. He even said he loved him like a brother. So Obi-Wan also broke that code, but he was fine. Attack of the Clones forever ruined Anakin Skywalker. We hear that he was a noble warrior, the best star pilot in the galaxy, and a good friend. But with the exception of one scene in the elevator between Anakin and Obi-Wan, where they are playfully talking together, you just don't buy their friendship, because whenever he is with Obi-Wan, he is consistently acting like an arrogant asshat, and he is creepy as hell. Attack of the Clones is an incredibly lazily made film. It is as if there was no effort put into the filmmaking process at all. It is lazily shot. Whenever they try to cover any important exposition, they just show the characters walking and talking, and the characters keep on saying how great Anakin is, but they never show it. They just say he is the chosen one and he is going to do something one day, any moment now. Yeah, just about now. Yeah, he does absolutely nothing to prove why he is supposed to be great. Now, at the film's credit, they did tone down Jar Jar, but I don't think that is a pro about it. Still, he is majorly annoying when on screen, and well, you know how people say Jar Jar ruined Star Wars? Well, it turns out he did. He is the one responsible for giving Palpatine emergency powers. You gotta be flipping kidding me. Jar Jar is responsible for everything that happened in the original trilogy? You're a genius, George Lucas. Attack of the Clones is a horrible title for this film, and it isn't until the end of the film that we finally see the clones attack. But that's only one small portion of the film. It only lasted for like 30 minutes. It would be like calling Return of the Jedi, Battle of Endor, or Empire Betrayal at Bespin. It's only a small part of the film. And the thing is, the clones are really poorly executed. For one thing, they should have been like a warg-like creature, you know, those things from Lord of the Rings. They would have been a brilliant way to make the clones something unique and original, as well as menacing. But no, they just have to look like stormtroopers, and they have to be all CGI. Everything in this film is CGI. I swear, the ground they step on is clearly a green screen effect. The final battle of Geonosis is just a video game cutout scene, and even the flipping hair is CG. There's rare use of practical effects, and it just makes this film seem unengaging and uninteresting. One of the worst things about this film is they completely destroyed the mythos of the lightsaber. Everyone has a lightsaber in this film, which say things like, "This weapon is your life." After you lose your lightsaber, then you just get another one, no biggie. The entire grace and elegance of it is lost. Even Yoda has one. They ruined Yoda. Yoda was one with the Force. He is above the need of a lightsaber. He shouldn't have one, his ally is the Force. But no, he has to have one and swings around and looks stupid while doing so. Pretty much all the acting in this film is weak. Hayden Christensen was horrible as Anakin, but so was Natalie Portman, an Oscar-winning actress, who was just as bad. So was Samuel L. Jackson. The acting in this film is horrible, but there are a few here and there who are able to bring some light to their roles. This includes Ian McDiarmid, who is Palpatine. He was very good in his role. Christopher Lee as Count Dooku is also very good, but he was wasted as we didn't see him until an hour and a half had passed, which made him feel shoehorned in. But Ewan McGregor was by far the best as Obi-Wan. He managed to somehow make his dialogue come off as believable, and was perfect in the role. And John Williams composed another beautiful melody for the film, with the Anakin Padme theme the only believable thing about the romance, as it is truly beautiful to listen to and does echo a sense of love, but that is it. There is nothing else good about this film apart from those things. This is the lowest of the low. The Force is truly weak with this one, and it gets an F. Thank you guys, and if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and may the Force be with you.